So the question today is, should celebrities, should actors of any stature be giving their political opinions in public and telling us how to vote and telling us what we are if we don't vote their way? I say no. I think it's detrimental to their career. I don't want to know the political opinions of the people I like, of actors. That's not why I watch them. If they're working actors in a movie, TV series, or on the stage, well, I'm probably not going to see them. I'm probably going to see the movie because of the storyline or something else, maybe the director or the star of the movie. Whatever the case may be, I'm not there because they have a political opinion. Hence the famous catchphrase, shut up and act, or shut up and sing if they're a singer. We don't care about their political opinions. The last thing I would ever do is follow a celebrity I liked on Facebook or Twitter. It's detrimental to your career if you give your political opinions. There are people I have liked for 40 years. Now I wouldn't go next door to go see them because I know what they think and what they believe, and their ignorance is astounding. And that's the nicest thing I can say. I don't want to know how stupid and foolish they really are, or that they are anti-American, for example, even though they're American. They're anti-white, even if they're white. They're fawning all over the gay mafia. This is none of our business. Have those opinions if that's who you are, but don't tell your fans about them, for crying out loud. I would never follow a celebrity on Facebook or Twitter because I'm scared to death what I might find out. You can use social media to make announcements, like I'm going to be appearing at this location. I just signed a contract to appear in such and such a movie or such and such a play. That's all. We had a great run on Broadway of 200 performances, and we recently closed. Thanks to everybody who came to see us. We're taking the play on the road. Things like that are fine. That's what you use social media for. As a working actor, you need all the help you can get. You don't need to be alienating anybody, especially when it's outside your area of expertise. Now, I'm not saying that you should be sticking your head up people's asses, or in the sand for that matter. But we're not paying you, and we are paying you, whether we're paying you through a movie ticket, a play, or even just time. We're not paying you because you said you hated this presidential candidate or loved this presidential candidate. That's not why we're coming to see you. At least that's how, I hope that's not why we're coming to see you. We're coming to see you because we enjoy your performance. In past things, we want to see. Maybe we've seen you in a TV series for 5 years. And now you're in a play. We want to come see you in this play. See if you can play a different type of character. That's why we want to come see you. Most audience members want to be supportive to their favorite people, whether they're singers or actors or whatever. And some of them are curious. Oh, that person started in a TV series 40 years ago, and here they are, now they're much older in this play. He brings back a lot of memories for me. I'm going to go see this. I'm going to put down good money and come see it. Not because you like this presidential candidate or that presidential candidate. You're going to alienate people if you do that. What about religious beliefs? I think you're a little bit more open on that. I think if you're a Christian, you should be telling people you're a Christian. Of course, don't expect to get any work in Hollywood or on Broadway. I remember Kurt Cameron when he came out as a Christian. Oh, it's been a long time now. 25 years ago. I remember him interviewed saying that his manager, I think it was his manager, told him, you chose the one religion that's not acceptable in Hollywood. You can be a Buddhist, you can be an atheist, you can certainly be a Satanist, but a Christian, that's not allowed. And of course, he didn't work in Hollywood after that. He did some Christian movies, he did a few things, but it was over. But if you are a Christian, then you have to remember who you're serving. Are you serving Hollywood, or are you serving Jesus? A lot of celebrities, and we can name 25, 30 of them, who claimed at some point sold their soul to the devil. And that is the reason why they became big stars. Well, whether you believe in a devil or not, they do. And of course, if you're a Christian, you do believe that there is a devil. And the Satanists, they also believe that there's a devil. What they're failing to realize is that Yahweh, who is the God of the Bible, already gave them their abilities, those talents. And they were supposed to be used for Him. Now, you can use them any way you want. You have limited free will. But the devil has convinced these people, and I'm not going to mention any names. You can find out who they are. They claim that Satan gave them the power, and they sold more records. They sold more movie tickets. They were able to last longer as a performer in the business because of the deal they made with Satan, because Satan gave them power. No. Jesus Christ already gave them that power before they were born. I hadn't planned on reading any Bible verses. In fact, I just turned on the microphone. I have no notes. I just have a vague idea of what I'm going to do. So listen to Psalm 139, verse 13 at this point. For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. The devil's only convinced the person that of something they already have within them. So who the hell needs the devil? You don't. As an actor, as a performer of any kind, you don't need the devil. And the other thing that the devil has convinced these people of who do sell out to him because of their own ignorance is that you can walk away from him anytime you want. All you have to do is call on the name of Jesus Christ and repent and say you're sorry, and you'll be free of the devil. Listen to this one. This is Matthew 16:26. What will it profit a man if he gains the whole world, yet forfeits his soul? Or what can a man give in exchange for his soul? As a performer, you already have the power within you. Yes, it has to be developed. It has to be exploited, I guess is a good word. Exploited in the way that what Yahweh has in mind for your gift. Like, before I became a Christian, I knew within me that I was a very good director. Much better director than I was an actor. And a decent enough writer. Those were my two talents. Even before Jesus ever showed them to me. I guess my biggest talent, even above those, would be teaching. I'm told I'm a natural teacher. Whatever I'm teaching, whether it's English or acting, directing, business, whatever. But these are things that you can talk about, I think, even if you're not a Christian. This is not a Christian program. It is hosted by a Christian, but anybody who wants to break into this business or wants to break into this business again, but doesn't want to be subservient to Satanists, you will listen to me and you are welcome here. We have to find, as we said in past episodes, we have to redefine the industry. We have to create the new industry where you are free from all of these things, free to be who you are, free to pursue the subject matters that matter to you, and they don't have to agree with mine or anybody else's. Be respectful of each other and not blackball people of certain beliefs, whether they be political, religious, but purely based on if they're right for the part or they're, it's challenging. What we're doing here is trying to give you and I don't want to use this word because we've been using it in a different context, but I'm going to use it anyway, power. Giving you the power. And in this case, I mean the power to choose, the power to develop and choose your own path in this business and not to be subservient to a casting director or typecast. The freedom to do what you should be doing and the support to do that also. That's why it's important, I believe, to leave politics out of it, because that's only divisive. If I'm a director and I'm casting you for a part and you believe that America should be overthrown by communists and you really feel that way, I don't want to know about that. I'm still going to cast you in the part if you're the right person for that part. If I find out about that, I'm not going to. No way. I draw the line at treason, personally. And I guess everybody has to have their own line. Maybe another director would be okay with that, and another director has a different line. I don't know. If you felt that way, I don't know why you would want to work in this country. Why don't you go over somewhere else and do it, if that were the case? And anyway, you can stay in Hollywood and do that. That's what they like. But for those of us who would never fit in with Hollywood, we have to create our own industry because they have a monopoly on it. And as I've said in past episodes, they've had a monopoly on it, on movies for over 100 years. Same thing with Broadway. They've been the star of the stage for 150, maybe 200 years. A long, long time. This is about developing like-minded people going in the same direction. And again, you don't have to agree with me. And I'm not the leader of a movement. But it does have to develop. Because we are politically divided in this country and in other countries, it's the theater that will survive. No matter what happens, whether we stay a free country or the country goes communist. The theater always survives. It may have to go underground like the church. I mean the remnant church of real Christians, not the fake, phony Six Flags Over Jesus churches. but it will survive. It always does. And that's really where you get your news. Remember something, those of you who are not familiar with the theater too much. The theater, unlike movies, deals with issues such as politics and religion. It's less about entertainment than it is about solving problems, whereas movies tends to be about entertainment, or at least on the surface. The theater is immediate, much more immediate than even the internet, believe it or not. And the internet survives on electricity. If there's no electricity, there's no internet. Well, you can have theater anywhere. And like I said, you can do theater anywhere. You could perform it anywhere. You could write it that morning, have it up, have it on stage or wherever it's going to be that afternoon or that evening. It's funny, and I've said this before too, it's funny how Christianity and theater tend to thrive under persecution. It's true. It's true. I think it's then, instead of coming out and telling people who you support and why you support them or whatever the case may be, letting your work speak for you, letting your songs speak for you, if you're a singer, is a much more productive way, whether we agree or disagree. It's a much more productive way, and then tweeting something nasty about somebody or posting something on Facebook, because that just shows your ignorance. And you're going to lose respect. You're going to lose your fan base. You always want to come across as professional. Something that most people in Hollywood these days and in New York have lost, that little touch of professionalism and maturity. They have an agenda that is not artistic. They have an agenda because they've been taken over by, certain countries and certain political systems. I would think that as an artist, you want to stay away from that, but you do what you want to do. I'm just telling you, there's a better way. It's not an easy way, but if it's easy, then it's probably not worth doing. Once again, you have to remember who you are, who your fans are, why they're your fans, why they put you where you are today, and don't forget them, and don't alienate them, as I've been alienated by people I liked over the years, over the decades. And again, keep your social media to a bare minimum. A very bare minimum. You don't have to tweet about every little thing in the news. Don't tweet about anything in the news. Just tell them what you're going to be doing and where you're going to be performing, etc. and so forth. That's all you need. If you want to talk about something in your family, like your son's getting married, your mother just died, you just bought a new horse, that's fine. People like that. Your fans want to know that. And if they try to get you to say certain things, don't.